Hey, this is Jared Ballard with Ballard Branding. I want to talk to you a little bit today about the principles of a successful business and principles of a happy life. It's actually a combination of the two in order for things to move forward, especially as you're working with your brand and especially as you're working with your employees. This is a huge thing in order to move your brand forward. Your brand comes together because of the people that you employ. They're the ones that are on the front lines of your brand as it connects with your customers. It's your customer support, it's your website developers, it's your graphic designers, it's all of those people working together to make sure that the consistency of your brand goes across all channels. Now, this is what a lot of business owners forget, that the culture of your company is vital to the success of your brand. If people can't feel your brand coming through your employees or how they work, then your brand is failing. If it can't connect to those that are closest to the brand, how can it bring in people that aren't familiar with the brand? So I'll go through a couple of different things for you right now. Well, throughout a couple of different videos. But first off, the biggest thing I want to make sure that you as business owners understand is that you're fostering a culture just like you're fostering a brand. And whether you're doing nothing with culture or nothing with brand, a brand is still being built, a culture is still being built, and you're not the one that's in control of it. So you need to get in control of both culture and both brand. If you aren't, someone will, and it'll be devastating for you unless you're lucky enough to have someone that is engaged and really tries to move forward the brand, but without support of owner or of CEO or of C-suite, it'll fail drastically and dramatically. But here's some things really quick that you might want to pay attention to. Imagine, if you will, that you have a maze. And we're all playing a game. We're playing the game of life, the game of business. And you've employed people to help you out in creating a better environment. So, like I said, it's a game, it's a maze. But what happens is, for a lot of companies, they employ people and they only show them the first portion of the maze. And then they say, somewhere over there is the finish line. And without giving them directions or just giving them job clarification, that individual wanders around in the beginning of the maze. And what that does for your company is it fosters an attitude of compliancy. They're going to do their little work and they're going to stay in their little box, and they're not going to look much out of that. And they're just going to go back and forth at the beginning of the maze, and then you're going to be frustrated. They're going to be frustrated, but they're doing their work, and so they're going to get paid, and they're just compliant with that. It's a feeling of being satisfied with things how they currently are and not really wanting to make things better. So let's fix that a little bit, and let's say, hey, what we're going to do is we're going to tell you how to run your job title, and we're going to let you know what the finish line looks like. And over here is the finish line. Now all of a sudden they see where they are at. They don't see the rest of the maze, and they see where they should be going. What this begins to cultivate and foster is a feeling of frustrations. You'll see this with a lot of your great talented employees. If they don't know the middle, but they know the end and they know the possibilities and they know their job title, these great employees will do their darndest to get through that maze and get to the finish line and do something spectacular. But in the middle of that maze, since they can't see it, they're just wandering, and it creates frustration in them. The feeling of being upset or annoyed, especially because you have inability to change anything. You feel unsupported. You feel that you don't have the power to do it. And a lot of employers fall in line with this with a lot of their middle management employees. They tell them, hey, this is your job description and this is where we want to go, but I'm not going to give you much more than that. I'm not going to give you much more power. I'm not going to give you much more ability. You're going to come to me every time that you have a question. And you know what? I'm going to stifle that a lot. And you'll see, and this is where the shift becomes, that you have a lot of great employees that are looking to go somewhere else because they are frustrated. Not because they're inadequate, it's because they're completely capable of doing their job. They just don't know what the middle section is that is a part of your company. And you'll see these middle management people leaving in droves to find companies that will reveal the middle part of the maze to them so that they can be successful. Very, very dangerous, guys. Very dangerous. So you need to take a look at that a little bit more in your business. Are you only telling people what their job description is? Or are you telling them what their job description is and what you hope for the future, but not really letting them have the opportunity to see the maze, the day-to-day work and opportunities and abilities, and then rewarding for those abilities so that they can continue to grow, continue to progress? So let's take a look. If we go ahead and remove all blinders. Now there's going to be blinders because they're going to go down holes and they're going to get to places where they didn't anticipating getting, but they know that they can back out and try it again. This is a huge thing. And when you reveal the whole maze, or at least work together, because I know that you probably don't understand the full middle portion of the maze, but as you work together and you allow your employees to go down wrong holes and then come back out and move forward, that's where you begin to win. And when you're doing it together and you're supporting together and you're backing those employees, they fulfill successful. They aren't afraid to try new things. They're not afraid to open up their wings and really fly. They're not afraid to connect their whole heart into your company because they know that they're not going to be punished for that. As a matter of fact, they're going to discover new things. And a lot of great products come out of failure. And the best possible successes that you can have is multiple failures so your employees can try to do new things or discover new things. And therefore, it improves your company culture, your brand, and the possibility of expanding your business to places you never even thought were possible. This right here fosters when you show the beginning and the opportunities of the middle, and that there is no fear of the middle and the end. This fosters drive, not only in your employees, but yourself. And this passion, this drive, this ability to move things forward connects to your customer base because everybody feels successful, and that is attractive. That brings high quality employees into your business. That brings customers that are willing to spend and trust you that you will give them exactly what they are looking for. And this, like I said, fosters the drive, an innate ability, or I guess I should say an biological determined urge. I guess that's probably works better, to attain goals or satisfy a need. And everybody has a need. Everybody has a need of wanting to be successful. Everybody has a need of wanting to feel important. Everyone has a need of wanting to feel valued and have attraction. And this is built inside of us. And when we start hiding or not supporting the full game of life or the full game of business, we are doing a great disservice to ourselves and to our employees, who are our greatest assets. When you start hunkering in and saying it's my way or the highway, it's a great disservice to your brand and to your culture and to your employees and just to life. You've missed the principle of life, which is joy and happiness. And those don't come without hard times. But you need to be settled with that. Anyway, what I suggest as you begin to build your brand is you begin to foster drive in your company. And the only way that you can foster drive in your company is by opening up the maze, letting your employees know that you're there to walk them through anything, that you support them in their decisions, both wrong and right. Not that you approve of the wrong decisions, but you'll help them get through it. And you have faith that they can get through it, and therefore endless possibilities for you and your company. But this is just the beginning of the principles of a happy life, a happy business. And for you individuals as well, this is important for individual and personal brand. You've got to find your map. You've got to find your maze that you're wandering through, and understand that it is a maze. Understand that you are going to go down wrong channels, but you can back out and continue on and be successful. But the thing is, you've got to stop looking at only the beginning or only the end or only the beginning and the end. You've got to remove your blinders and see the maze for what it is. It's complicated, it's difficult, but it is doable. And when you feel success, you will be able to attract powerful, powerful changes, not only in your personal life, but in your business life as well. This is Jared Ballard with Ballard Branding. Hope you enjoyed.